Thank you for choosing SI2 News today on September 30th. I'm Stella Russo, live from Black Lemon TV studios in Nicosia. Our top story for the day is the 6th edition of the Towards Collaborative Practice Forum that is hosted by the Youth Board of Cyprus from the 28th till the 30th of September. This year's forum has brought together professionals from the various fields of the market and the society in order to explore the potential of youth work and Erasmus+ to foster social entrepreneurship and innovation among young people. Let's find out together how different instructions in Cyprus that fall under the category of social enterprises have successfully incorporated innovation in their daily scope of work in order to tackle social challenges. Our first stop is Home for Cooperation, a unique center in the heart of Nicosia that acts as a bridge builder between separated communities, memories and visions, and at the same time offers opportunities for the development of innovative projects. Here's our first correspondent Burak with the story.
Thank you, Stella. We are here at the Home for Cooperation in the heart of Nicosia in the UN buffer zone. And today we'll learn more about the Home for Cooperation from YIA and Avi over a coffee.
Home for Cooperation is a community center located in the UN buffer zone in Cyprus, Nicosia. It was founded in 2011 by the Association for Circle Dialogue and Research as a research and educational center, but through the years it organically transformed into a community space, hosting several intercommunal NGOs working on peacebuilding and organizing its own peacebuilding programs.
Okay, so the Association for Historical Dialogue and Research was founded in 2003 by academics, history educators and teachers who saw the need for Cypriots to study history better or to have a look at underrepresented parts of history and to discuss on what is needed, what is missing from the way we are being taught history. We promote historical understanding and historical thinking, but it also evolved. We also saw the need for people to discuss peace education, so to cultivate a culture of peace and non-violence in a greater framework other than the Cyprus issue. So how do you live better with your neighbor that is different from you? How do you make better conversations, let's say? How do you cultivate cooperation in a graded framework? So now we work on a big project called Imagine, that we bring together students from across the divide to get to know each other, to discuss all these things, to do activities together. And this is the first time that a lot of students have this opportunity to actually meet and have a meaningful experience together.
How do you measure the social impact? And what are some of the reflections you get from the people you support?
In the Home for Cooperation, we are using, of course, the regular methods as well, like questionnaires, interviews for people who are attending our events or people who we are supporting. But also we mostly rely on the feedback we get from our participants.
Yeah, right. We also conduct evaluations with the people involved in our projects. We're trying to respond to their needs, to make our projects more relevant to them. But we also try to reach to the non-converted, let's say, to the people who are not already around. So we're trying to decentralize our activities from Nicosia, from the buffer zone. And we see we receive very good feedback. Like you can see it even on the faces of the children of the teachers who have never been involved in something like that. And for us, it's very important that we see the multiplier effect. So the next year we have teachers who have heard of our projects from colleagues, or we have students who have heard of our projects and they come to us. And if they have a positive experience, then we have even more people coming.
So It is challenging for an organization to grow and become self-sustainable, especially when you're working in the field of social innovation. How have you achieved this, and what are some tips that you can share with our viewers?
In the case of the Home for Cooperation, for the financial aspect, we are offering some services that helps us continue our activities. This includes booking services. We have common rooms that people can book for their events, for their activities. We have a cafe here, it's the home cafe, where people just can have their coffees or order caterings for their events. And we also have rental offices, which different NGOs are located, all working intercommunally on the peace building field, which makes Home for Cooperation a hub as well, and it contributes to social sustainability. In terms of the tips, I think the most important thing is to grow within the community that you are active in. So you cannot just act on your own, but you have to act with the community itself. So people have the ownership that this is not the Home for Cooperation, but it's their Home for Cooperation.
Yeah.
Okay. That's amazing. And can you share with us a story or an incident that made you feel happy or proud of your work?
So we have this project called Imagine, where we bring students together. But before we do that, we go to their schools and we train them monocommunally, and then we bring them here to get to know each other, and sometimes we bring them back again. And for the students to participate, they need the permission from their parents. And there was this incident with a school in the south where two students didn't want to participate because their parents were very radical and against this project, and so they didn't let the kids come. But after their classmates went back after their first experience, they were so excited that they convinced the students to convince their parents to let them come here. And so we had the kids coming here first before the Turkish Cypriot kids arrived. And there was a problem with the bus in the Turkish Cypriot community. So you had the kids standing here on the veranda and waiting like for 20 minutes and being like, where are they? We want to see our friends, we want to see our classmates. And it was like a magic moment,
Wow.
realizing that the students really like this. So it's very important for them, and their enthusiasm kind of inspired others to come here. So
Wow.
for us, it's important.
COVID-19 has and is been affecting all of us. And it's been, does this make you think more socially responsible in your daily business operations? And is there anything that you would keep, something challenging or positive out of the learning process of the COVID-19?
But it showed us that we have to be flexible, to try different methods, we have to be resilient. And it's also our job to be more optimistic than the rest of the people. Because if we are not, and if we don't focus on finding ways to actually bring people in contact and support peace building in this situation, then nobody else will.
Yeah, definitely. I was one of them who also suffered from this. I didn't see my family in the lockdown in 3.5 months. And I think technology was one of the only tools that we could use to communicate and speak with each other, and I see that it's mainly challenging now as well for lots of peace building organizations who's trying to keep this contact. Yeah.
I think it pushed everyone to be more innovative as well,
Yes.
socially and technologically.
Having digital parties and gatherings. And Great, perfect. Thank you guys. Thank you
very
so much.
Thank you, Burak. Next on our list is Sistema Cyprus, an El Sistema-inspired social action music program that was first founded in Venezuela in 1975. This is a social project that provides accessible music education to all young people of Cyprus and at the same time ensures that these disadvantaged groups are respected, recognized and included in the Cypriot society. Let's go to our second correspondent, Sotiris, who has the story on this innovative project.
Greetings to all. We are here downtown Nicosia in Lydra Street, and we're about to meet the Executive Director of Sistema Cyprus, Ms. Nicoletta Polidorou, that is running an amazing music program supporting the local community. Let's go and meet her. Please tell us a few words about Sistema Cyprus, how it's active in the local community, how it's connected with social innovation, and what is the impact you have here in the society around you.
Thank you very much for having this interview with us. So Sistema Cyprus is a music social program that we aim to transform the lives of children and young people through music. We started our operation in 2018 and we currently have 200 children in Nicosia and Larnaca, mostly migrants, refugees, unaccompanied refugee minors, and of course Cypriot children. What do? We have a symphony orchestra. We have violins, violas, cellos, double basses, percussion, and we are now starting with our wind ensemble in Larnaca. We of course also target and have as our main aim to also provide scholarships when the children finish from high school to be able to study not only music but everything they want.
Also, how do you measure that impact and how do you identify your success?
We measure our impact with smiles of the children, with smiles of the parents, and with smiles of the people around. It's important that the people passing by and also the people in the center of Nicosia, when they see a child with their instruments coming to rehearsal, they know that they go to Sistema Cyprus, and the kids feel very proud about it. There are many people who know that we are here and will come to donate instruments, to donate books, and we have many surprises from people passing by, but also from the community itself. We have many children who are in the waiting list to register in our program. So we are a bit of a weird way that we operate. It means that all the administration work, it happens from volunteers, while we have our other jobs to make our living. And this is very difficult. It's very difficult because the cost is a lot, but we work really hard every day for many hours. So the tip would be, you have to really want and love what you want to do in order for this to work, because when you go to sponsors, when you go to funders, they will get the feeling from what you are saying to them also, and it is very important to be able to share your dreams with them. It's not an easy job, it's not a step-by-step guide. We engage the public as well. And how do we do it? When we will have a campaign, when we want to buy instruments, we run a second-hand instrument campaign. We also run go get funding, fundraising activities. And in general, we have the audience also as volunteers. We have a network of 100 volunteers that help really a lot with what we do. So it's very important because the family grows in this way.
Actually, it is important, especially the last comment you made about the engagement of the audience and the public. I think it's a very important tip for a social enterprise, a social innovation to promote social inclusion, because the ultimate cause is to engage your public, to raise awareness, to get their support, and of course, to help you grow.
What makes me not feel proud, but what gives me strength, you know, sometimes maybe some things don't go so well as we expected. But whenever I come here and the kids have lesson, and the security that they feel here, the security of the program running, that they have lesson, they come with their instruments. Whenever I see them with their instruments, I get the strength.
We've been through a crisis, a pandemic crisis, a health crisis with the COVID-19. Everybody was affected one way or another on personal, social, or professional level. How did you manage the lockdown, the distance from the kids? How did you support your community and your work? But also, what would you keep from this experience? What positive elements you got out of it?
It was very difficult. Financially, it was very difficult. Also, it was difficult to find ways to continue with the kids online, because of course we have kids that maybe in their house, in their flat, they have only one phone, and it was very difficult. Some of them didn't have internet. It was a very difficult situation, but we managed to run some online activities with them. We did an Instagram challenge to keep the kids posting about Sistema Cyprus and to be engaged with their instruments. And as soon as we were able to open, we actually participated in a global online concert by El Sistema Sweden, where more than 700 children participated in playing the Circle of Life from Lion King with the Gothenburg Symphony Orchestra. And we did our digital concert. So we recorded in groups because we were not able to have an orchestra rehearsal. And we learned a lot from that. Also the kids learned how to record and they had all of this experience. But what I learned, I found out last week when it was our first orchestra rehearsal after the lockdown. It was the first time that the kids had a rehearsal and they were so mature. No talking between pieces. It was like a professional orchestra, listening to the conductor, follow all the rules, the measures, everything. For me, it was an amazing experience. And I will remember this because I think they mature in this.
Thank you, Sodiris. Coming up, YIA Innovation Center, which was founded in 2015 as an incubator accelerator for startups and an entrepreneurship hub for over 125 young entrepreneurs. YIA is the place where ideas become businesses, and statistics speak for themselves. Up to now, 57 new startups have been supported and more than 80 jobs have been created. Here's Burak with the story.
We are in the middle of Nicosia within the walled city, and today we're going to learn more about Idea CY from Angela.
IDEA exists now for the 6th year. We're going to go to the 6th year. We have, we provide strong support to young entrepreneurs. We help them dare to come up with their idea, not leave it just in their mind forever thinking about it. Come here and make it a reality. And eventually with training, mentoring, financial support, offices, network, and our own strong support and vigilance, we help them to turn it into a business. And many of the companies that were ideas are now revenue making. And this we support, we believe it's a strong impact in the community and in the economy.
Wow, that's amazing. You're one of the very few in Cyprus that's been doing this for a very long time.
Yeah.
And how do you measure this social impact, and what are some reflections that you take from the people that you support?
It's for me, it's an amazing journey. Having all these young people every year here, and these new faces and these new dreams that do not remain dreams, it's an amazing experience. We have supported more than 135 entrepreneurs that created 57 businesses. And as I said before, some of them are today revenue making. We are giving back to the economy what it needs more, a new business activity.
So how do you measure this social impact, and what are some reflections that you take from the people you support?
The journey that we have every year with these young entrepreneurs is amazing. They come here with just an idea, and they go out from here with a real business, a revenue-making business most of the times. We supported so far 135 young entrepreneurs, both men and women, and we gave back to the economy 57 new businesses. The reflections we get from these people, they feel grateful. Because we don't just do this as a job. This is not a job for us, it's a giving process. They feel that they find a place to realize their dreams without having doubts from their environment, and with people who believe in them. This is our competitive advantage. We believe in dreams and we make them a reality.
It is challenging for organizations tackling social issues to become self-sustainable. Have you achieved this? How have you achieved this? And what will be some tips that you can share with us?
We are fortunate enough to have a main supporter and a major sponsor, the Bank of Cyprus, which is the largest bank on the island, which in the context of giving back, along with other major partners, is helping this institution. It's a great support and a great amount of human capital and financial capital required. We were able, with our results, to persuade this major partner and all our remaining partners. And this is my tip. With the result, if you show the result, people believe in you more and more. And this is also a great responsibility for us.
Could you please tell us a story or an incident that made you feel happy or proud of your work?
Yeah. Well, there are many, many small moments that made me feel proud of my work, and big moments. The small moments are all these thank you, all these, you see, it's like a newborn business, a dream that came in reality. All these small things make me proud every day. But there was a huge moment that I would like to briefly share with you. It's the competition we won on a European level. Among 29 countries, we applied in the European Commission's Enterprise Promotion Awards to show our work and compete with similar institutions in these 29 countries. And so we went there at the Helsinki And there was this award. We didn't know the result. We're a small country. Everybody was saying, okay, you did your best. You came to the finals. It's good enough. Don't be disappointed if you don't win. It's all right. Well done so far. There are so many big countries you're competing with. But I was there feeling like I'm hoping. And then the judge came and he opened the envelope, in this a mysterious way, and then he said, and the winner is Cyprus. And this was a huge moment for us because it said Cyprus. It didn't say Angela, Dia, whatever. It was an award for Cyprus, and it shows that it's not the size of the country, it's the size of the mind, of the effort, and of the people.
Our next stop is a community that is inspiring change through therapy of mind and soul. YIA-ES is a rehabilitation center for substance abuse, where in the context of work therapy, the community has developed a successful entrepreneurship program in the field of organic food products. What is unique about this community is that it not only helps users address their dependence, but it also provides them with the necessary skill set and entrepreneurial mindset for social reintegration. So Diris will tell us more about this inspiring story.
They are all hi. We are here in YIA-ES therapeutic community in one of the fields that the community is running, and we are about to take a tour with Alex, the communication and media officer, who is going to show us their services, their works here. And later on, we'll have a very, very interesting interview with Mr. Haris Papadopoulos, member of the managing committee of the community, who is going to tell us a few things about the services they provide with a special focus in social entrepreneurship and social innovation.
I should begin by saying that YIA-ES is dealing with long-term drug addiction. So it's a closed program. This means that those who follow our program stay here 24 hours a day. So we have to keep them busy in a productive and therapeutic manner. They go to the group sessions with the psychologist and they deal with matters, but the session lasts for an hour and a half. So we have the rest of the time outside the groups, and we have to spend it wisely. So we entered into this scheme of biological products, which is very close to what we are doing, because the organic issue addresses matters that are drug-free. And so we are doing the same thing with our clients, let's say.
So it's like a metaphor of
yes.
drug-free in humans, drug-free in food.
And everywhere.
And everywhere.
Yes, yes, it combines very nicely. It matches beautifully what we are actually doing. So we are running a business The distinction is it's a social business. This means that the business we are running aims to support our main project, which is that of drug rehabilitation. So any profit we have from selling the goods we sell goes directly to our social goal. Actually, we realized that the consumer likes us in the sense that we are selling products that the consumer would buy anyway, not for a bigger value than he would have paid anyway, and in return he gets his goods and he gets the ability to help a social goal, and that's beautiful.
How do you measure the impact of your work? I mean, it's how many people they found a job, how many people they go out, how many products you sell. How do you measure, or what reflections you get from the community and the society?
The qualitative criteria is how many people through our program manage to do away with drugs. And that's very moving. I mean, it's something we live very intensely. Every time someone manages to put behind him the drug use. And this is the most satisfying of all.
Very
the rest, how much sales we do, okay, it's good to make sales. They help us sustain, but that's a quantitative approach of things.
Yes.
In this social entrepreneurship project, this is the 10th year we are running it. Yes, it hasn't been easy, especially in the beginning. We had a lot of issues to address. Actually, we didn't know there was a term describing what we started doing 10 years ago.
Wow.
People came to us and they said, you know, in Europe they are doing this and it's called social entrepreneurship. And we said, brilliant. Well, the nature of our work hasn't been much affected by the coronavirus. I mean, we are in lockdown situations every day. It's a closed program. Other than the weekend, they are allowed to go outside for a
socialize.
Yes, which was removed. It was not an option through the lockdown period. It was only the personnel that was coming and going. The business part, our clients are supermarkets, and they had big sales during the lockdown period. People were not going to restaurants, etc. So they started cooking their own food more than they used to be in the past. So there was an increase in sale during that period. So we were affected in a positive way with the coronavirus.
Dear Harry, thank you very much for this. It was a great pleasure and big honor to be here in YIA-ES, one of the most influential social businesses in Cyprus, and I would say maybe in our region, in Europe. I wish you all the best and to keep supporting people in need. Thank you very much.
Glad to have you here.
Thank you.
This was SI2 News, live from Black Lemon TV studios in Nicosia. Thank you for joining us today and hope to have provided you with food for thought and lots of inspiration.